Now, for updates on sports stories across the globe, Aaron Akirejola joins us with a red tie. You know, I'm always looking out for the colour of your tie. And I think this is the living. Why did you do it on the day that we lost?
All right. Good morning to you, Ayo. Good morning to you, Vimbai. Good morning to you, Doctor. Let's get started with the humbling of Arsenal yesterday at the St. James's Park in the Carabao Cup semi-finals, second leg. They were beaten comfortably in the first leg 2-0, and the second leg, a lot of people were hoping for a comeback, but that wasn't meant to be because Newcastle United ran rings and riots around Arsenal. If they can actually help us with our the video there, certainly, of course, getting to the final, talking about Newcastle United and the Toon doing one over Arsenal. And they've been in a boogie team. They've actually handed Arsenal some very, very disastrous defeats over the years. Yesterday, of course, a show of shame and also a howler and a defensive error actually produced the second. And it could have even been 3, but ultimately, on aggregate, it was 4-0. And Arsenal will be asking, where did it all go wrong? And another opportunity to win a trophy under the manager, Mikel Arteta, bites the dust. Okay, this will sting very hard. All right, in another semi-final in the Coppa Italia, it was AC Milan actually beating AS Roma on the day. 3-1 was how he actually ended. Joao Felix, the man that just joined them on loan, actually was part of the scorers as Tammy Abraham actually put in a brace for the Rossoneri on the day. Away from that, yesterday, Ronaldo's billions of supporters, or millions of supporters, as the case may be, gathered around the world to celebrate the icon himself, the man, the myth, the legend. Of course, his stats actually speaks volume. They can actually help us with the first video. Thank you very much. Of course, celebrating 40. And when you actually look at the collage of how he's been able to transcend over the years as a player, as a superstar, from national team to club side, and all that has actually happened, Ronaldo is really a man that has transcended beyond the game of sport. I mean, game of football. He's actually a sporting icon. I must actually say, at 40, you can actually see there. After 30, he's been able to score 460 goals after 30, 102 assists, 18 trophies after 30. If we were to press it further, you get to see that the stats gets even crazier because he's been able to score in his career, 923 goals, 257 assists in his entire career. Pressing it further, he's been able to reach almost a century of goals in everywhere he's played against Sporting CP, although he is lagging behind at Al Nassr with 13 goals to go, but he's very confident that he will be able to hit a century of goals, and he's even thinking of doing over 1,000 goals. So let's see, you can't put it past Cristiano Ronaldo. Away from that quickly, let's actually say that right now that the dates for the World Cup qualifier, very crucial World Cup qualifier against the Amavubi and also Zimbabwe. By the way, I must actually say that Vivbai. Yes, okay. So let's see how it actually goes. The chairman of the National Sports Commission has tasked and also put pressure on the Nigeria Football Federation that we must qualify for the World Cup 2026. No mistakes, no complaints, or no excuses will be accepted this time around. March is just by the corner. 21st of March in Rwanda, we'll be taking on the Amavubis. And we are hoping that we can get off to a good start in 2025, ahead of 2026. Away from that, Taye Taiwo, superstar Taye Taiwo, has been inducted into Olympic Marseille's Hall of Fame for the blue and white. Taye Taiwo he's a Super Eagles legend, and not just a legend alone, he's a man that has carried the weight of the Super Eagles over the years and also done well from AC Milan to Olympic Marseille and the rest of them. But inducted into the Hall of Fame for Olympic Marseille says how much he contributed to the blue and white in France. And this picture says 1,000 words. This was back in the day on the 17th, alongside Lionel Messi and Mikel Obi. He actually won the bronze ball. But the trajectory of the three of them became very, very different because Lionel Messi went straight to the top. Mikel Obi, some will still say he had a decent career. But the question is, where would you rate Taiwo amongst the pantheons of greats, so to speak. And finally, as we are counting down to the Super Bowl on Sunday morning, let's just bring in some tips because we're going to be doing major countdown also tomorrow. Quickly, let's talk about the fact that the numbers are becoming crazy because the truth is this. We'll break down the numbers tomorrow on what it takes to advertise on the Super Bowl. It's one of the most expensive sports on earth. Pressing it further than that, we must actually say that New Orleans is expected to be flooded. It's already getting flooded already as we speak ahead of the Super Bowl. More importantly, as we press it even further, we can, of course, the Chiefs against the Eagles. Let's see if the Philadelphia Eagles can actually go against the Chiefs. And Patrick Mahomes looking for another Super Bowl ring there. As we're actually moving on, let's actually talk about some acts. Of course, John Batiste will be doing the national anthem. Trombone Shorty and Lauren Day will be doing the American, the Beautiful. And the big one, as we press it further, everyone is excited that the president will be there. So many people. Kelsey's already getting excited that the president will be there. Donald Trump will be there to watch the Super Bowl. And also not forgetting Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi would also be there to actually watch the Super Bowl. So there are talks about how exciting these things are. Of course, not leaving out Kendrick Lamar. So Kendrick Lamar will be performing the halftime show of the Super Bowl, and it's getting everyone excited, putting into context the fact that he just won a Grammy, and everyone seems to think he's the biggest act on earth right now. I don't think so. I don't think so, but let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. I mean, listen, it's all debatable, but I think it's going to be interesting to see whether he has to censor his lyrics because, of course, he's expected to perform, the hit song that disses Drake. Yeah. And, the Super Bowl organizers are worried that if he does diss Drake, it could turn into a lawsuit, potentially. So there's some questions around whether...
No, but this is not his first rodeo, by the way.
It's not his first rodeo, but, Super Bowl has so many rights, just so much around it. True. So that's that on the Super Bowl. Very quickly, though, Ronaldo at 40, the only milestone we are waiting from Ronaldo at 40 is for him to put a ring on the finger of that beautiful girl.
There are reports that they've been secretly married for probably some months right now.
I don't know.
Yes.
I want a big
according to
wedding.
Ronaldo, now they're keeping it on the hush hush.
The online in-laws, we want wedding. Very quickly on that, and two things. I was going to touch on Arsenal and then Ronaldo. Arsenal, I think they lost it in the first half of the game, and I think they'd given up at that point. So they'll be focusing on still trying to clinch that English Premier League title away from Liverpool if they're able to close the gap that currently exists between them on the table. Yeah. But with Ronaldo, so when I was thinking of Ronaldo and Messi as the disputed, that long dispute around who is the GOAT, I just thought to myself, okay, how do we produce a Ronaldo in Nigeria? I say this because Nigeria has such a big football culture, and we've been able to raise stars to the rest of the world. When you talk about people like JJ Okocha, look at people like Rashidi Yekini, we talk about legends, even Victor Osimhen right now. We have Nigerians who've played globally, but not one yet to take that shining spot. So I was just reflecting on that what makes these stars different? Why do they get to that point? Is it their upbringing? Is it the way that they were raised? Is it the training available for them? Is it the infrastructure available for them? Because we need to start thinking about that. How do we raise the next Ronaldo? And it got me some interesting facts about the man. He didn't give me the secret to their success, but he wouldn't, because was he born Abinibi or ability? But was he born that way, or was he groomed to be that way? But it was interesting to find out some facts. Now, this might be interesting for Donald Trump and all those anti-abortionists. His mom, when he was born, actually wanted to terminate the pregnancy because of the level of poverty, alcoholism by their father, and the fact that she had too many children already. He's just a fourth and the last one in his family. But it's important to see that could have been a life cut short if she didn't allow it to happen. So it was interesting to find even stories like that, how he trained himself. He would have been a bricklayer, even a footballer. There were so many interesting things about him, but still not yet.
Let me just say
what is the secret sauce?
So just in 30 seconds. No, in 30 seconds quickly. In 30 seconds quickly. Like just good, because that picture that we just put out with Lionel Messi, Taiwo, and Mikel Obi just answers the question. It's not just about the talent.
Of course.
You need to have the desire. I'll leave it at that.
Okay, very quickly, because you have already, as the presenter, eaten into time as allotted to you. But quickly on Ronaldo. Ronaldo at 40, he was 40 yesterday. So he joins the illustrious group of persons who were playing football beyond the age of 40. Lewandowski, Ryan Giggs, Poloni, and others like that, you know, Francesco Totti. Yeah. But he says that yesterday that he considers that he's the most complete player who ever played football.
Very debatable.
You know, and what I'm trying to celebrate is his confidence.
Yes, it
and
does.
the fact that he still has possibilities ahead of him.
Yes, it does.
963 goals so far, but he's still going to be in the 2026 World Cup. But two major events in sports yesterday, linked with Trump. You mentioned Super Bowl. Now on Sunday, President Trump will be the first sitting president to attend a Super Bowl event. Before him, George Bush, Carter, Obama participated in the tossing of the coin event. But he is going to be there. And the remarkable thing on Sunday will be that they are not going to play the end racism message. They are going to play something about love. You know, embrace love message, which is very significant.
Yes, it is.
Because President Trump himself has been very critical of the NFL.
Yeah,
the second thing that President Trump did yesterday with regard to sports is that he signed an executive order with regard to the participation of transgender persons in sports, particularly at the university, high school level, in relation to the education ministry and what is called the Title IX, clause in the United States. The United States under Trump is also going to say that the IOC cannot have events in America that will involve transgender persons. And well, we'll see how that works out, because the Swimming Federation, the Golf Federation, the Athletics Federation in sports have already said, look, you cannot have these transgender people who are beyond puberty competing in international competitions. So that's the development. And the Republicans are happy, but the LGBT community is saying, no, this is discriminatory. But Trump had made it clear, the first executive order that he signed, that gender means male and female.
Yeah.
Not anything in between. Thank you very much,
Always a pleasure.
Aaron.